Are you familiar with the raw milk debate? Like anything about it?
About 18 seconds ago, I learned that it's not legal.
Yeah.
And now I'm enraged.
Yeah, you should be.
Please tell me more.
You should be, because a lot of the times the milk that we get is like poorly purified and like super bleached. Mm-hmm. So that shit is like super processed. It's gone through like a different hand. And I'm like, you know how many bitches is out here farming? There are miscellaneous cows fucking everywhere. If you just drive like 3 hours in Pennsylvania, you'll find a motherfucker with some cows. And you can just buy the milk from them. Mm-hmm. Just do that. Why are you going to well, you know what? If you can't afford to do that, then this is not for you. But if you can afford to do that, try to keep the government milk out your stomach. And that's that on that.
It's bleached. We're drinking like some white coloring ass shit.
Yeah, super bleached. Like if we look at like regular raw ass milk, first of all, it should be a little chunky, because a lot of the time the cows like have infected udders and stuff like that. Look, these are sick cows, like in these big ass factories and shit like that. So you really
they didn't evolve for millions of years to suddenly like in 50 years be like inflated with GMOs and steroids and
food, like all this. Like a cow is to roam, and it has to like actually like move. The shit has to be happy. If you want to eat an animal, at least let it have like a decent life first. Like you can't kill it in some fearish. Imagine being a fucking cow in a factory. Let me stop, because the vegans
you had me at imagine being a cow.
Imagine being a cow.
Yes.
That's the ultimate consciousness, is being a cow.
I need a moo. Next episode 6, we're gonna have a moo on this keyboard. the super cows that's making your 2%, aren't they like farting like out the ass and like warming the globe? They
are doing that. Cows are going to do that. We fucking do that. We shit and fart all the time, and there's a shit ton of cows that are doing that as well. And you know who else is doing that? A shit ton of factories. They're also producing methane. Like, we're all gonna produce methane. That shit's just gonna happen. Fuck with the cows. Eat the cow, and then let them have some babies. Like, we have a natural order of things that we are constantly avoiding because we don't want to put in the work. We don't want to have to think about things like that. But I'm going to be honest with you, girly. You can't be talking about, oh my God, I have a metal straw and like I reuse all my cups from Starbucks, and you're out here drinking fucking oat milk. Methane producing ass bitch. Don't you ever think that you...
So what about the methane with the oat milk? If it ain't no cow. But the factories.
And the factory itself.
I hear you.
That's what I'm saying. And that we gotta save that for the oat milk debate, because let me tell you, I have some thoughts on it.
Well, shit. Welcome to the Morning Bleezy.
Welcome. We're your hosts, Nia.
And Jake.
And we are talking to you while you smoke the blee on your way to your whack-ass job that you got to go to, unfortunately. But we're here to take you through it. For today's weather, we're going to head right into it. It hasn't been too spring-like. Shut up. It has... Okay. It hasn't been too spring-like lately. So shut the fuck up. You gotta stop. Stop it. Okay.
I promise I won't do it.
So for this week's weather, we're gonna talk about the bullshit change that just happened. It was super hot, bro. I was wearing
I remember it.
Basically... Like, I was wearing pum shorts to the gym, and it was cool. The LA Fitness is a simple 30-minute walk away from me, and I was enjoying the sunshine. Mm-hmm. Then it got cold, 56 degrees in the middle of May. Don't you dare do it. And now it's raining to shit all week. Mm-hmm. But I want to talk about why we should appreciate that and what we should do when we're feeling under the weather. And we're looking up at those clouds and it's dumb gray. Just appreciate the shit. Collect some rainwater if you're into that, you know, that witchy shit. Like, I know that y'all are. You know, Think about all the shit, the good that it's doing for your plants, which you should be planting. Because remember, girly, it's May flowers. So remember that. What else for the rain? You know, go outside, touch the grass, let it wash over you.
It's okay to be rained on.
It's okay to be.
Everyone's like, I got my umbrella, or running into the Dwayne Reed, get $1 poncho. It's like, why can't you just get rained on?
Why can't you just feel that?
You know how you're gonna solve that later? You're gonna get in your shower. You're gonna let your shower rain on you, and you'll be like, oh, but this is making it clean. This is a solution.
And if you got a car, that's free. That's a free car wash right there. Yep. Paying $7.99 for what? Fuck that. Mother Earth.
Honestly, I got a lot of bird shit on the left side of my car. I'm excited to see what this week does to it.
For free.
For free.
Love that. All right. What should we do next?
You take that car wash savings, you put that into the next Bleezy.
Put
for that commute to that whack ass job that you don't want to go to. We got stocks this week. Let's talk about the bullshit, because I'm gonna be honest with you, we're all thinking green and we're all like trying to take care of our bodies, and we've been told, you know, it's fuck cow milk, and it is a little bit fuck cow milk, because, you know, it's really not good for you. You probably shouldn't be drinking that shit. Like, you're a human person, you shouldn't be drinking cow titty from fucking who knows where, that's been bleached with who knows what. But also, you have to pay attention to your milk alternatives, because y'all love touting that shit. Number 1 on the list is oat milk. Oat milk has never been more down. This shit is down infinity plus 1. Like, that number like creates a black hole in like the universe. Like, that shit fucking sucks. Oat milk is awful for you, and it's expensive as hell. A bottle of oat milk is upwards of fucking $5. Let me tell you how much oats cost. Oats cost fucking 5 cents, I think, like per 15 pounds. And it's water and oats. Water and oats and bullshit. Fucking seed oils that do not break down properly in your system. And it just froths up properly, like the way that you like to. And like in the morning, you're taking your little whiskey and you're like, zzz, 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 I'm doing good for the earth. You really not, girl. You just fucking up your kidneys. Oat milk's super down. Fuck oat milk. Fuck Oatly. That shit is not milk. It's an oat beverage made to kill you. How we feeling about the almonds?
Almond milk is down too. The shit is the same. There's like not
process.
Bro, there's like 4 almonds in every box of like oat milk. The rest of it is just water and like bullshit. Mm-hmm. And dye.
Oat milk?
Oat milk and almond milk, both of them.
What's that leave us with?
Stop drinking milk. You don't need it. Or make your fucking own.
What's a health food or drink that we got that's up?
That's up.
What's up right now?
What's up right now? Avocado oil. Avocado oil is a great alternative to like canola oil, all that bullshit. It has a high smoke point, so it doesn't burn. And when you burn certain oils, it creates like carcinogens and shit. I'm getting real health serious in this bitch. I was a bio major, but I flunked through no fault of my own. It definitely was my fault.
Talk about it.
No, but
you said olive oil is bad for that same reason.
Yes, olive oil, when you heat it up to a very high smoke point, creates like carcinogens that like fuck up your body over like a long period of time. So just if you're gonna use olive oil, make sure that you don't heat it up. Same with coconut oil, that same shit happens. So stick to high smoke point oils, or no oil at all. That was great. That was beautiful. So yeah, avocado oil up 6 points. And then butter is up 2 points, because you can make your own fucking butter. Find your nearest raw milk dealer, because I mean, you gotta be a little bit low about it, because it is a little bit illegal. But just find your local, like your nearest Amish community, and just ask Eli on the low, be like, can I get some raw milk? And he'll get it for you.
and you just shake up that shit with a little bit of salt, and then you just shake up enough, you will get some butter. And then you'll have buttermilk, and then you can make whatever you want. So butter is up 2 points because it's still, dairy product is not really super good for you. All right. What do you got?
Naked juice.
Yep.
Apparently that's like hella bad for you. That's just like a bunch of chemicals. It's like owned by Coca-Cola or Pepsi or someone, and it's like, yeah, like I think for most people it doesn't really matter if like the shit is genuinely healthy for you. Like they don't give a shit about the science, the bio major intel that you might be able to pull up with a little independent research. They're just like, oh, like the shit looks all organic, like the graphic designer on the label popped off with his flowers and his sunrise over the horizon.
It has a recycling symbol on it. It's cool.
And the shit's like called something like naked or like humble, like HUMBL with a period. Like, I don't know, like just some bullshit. And you're like, wow, that has to be good for me. No, bro, Google it. Fucking Christ. I mean, listen, I love that one flavor of naked juice. I don't know what it was. I bought a lot of it in college. I was buying that shit in like the liter thing and pouring it in a little glass. And then, one time I came across some other information about it, and now I feel like a fool.
Yep.
So naked, down, a bunch of health juices. I mean, look, fucking Google it. Like Reddit always got you. Like if that shit is probably healthy, like someone will let you know. But like,
this is a Reddit positive podcast.
Is it? Do I want to redact that? Is that?
No, don't. We took a stance.
No, I mean just in the sense of like if you Google a very specific question, someone on Reddit asked that question 8 years ago, and now that Yahoo Answers is dead, rip Yahoo Answers, we don't got many pure forms left on the internet.
Rest in peace to
I don't know. What
what
got?
else is down? And last but not least, we're gonna talk about something that's down, super down, is Impossible Burgers. And I won't be elaborating much on this, but if you're eating that shit, you're a fucking fool. Fake meat that bleeds like real meat. Are you crazy? Just eat the chickpeas and shut up, bro. Anyway, so yeah, that was stocks.
Hey, you got the blee though? Can I see that?
Oh shit, I do have the blee.
Hey, if you on your commute right now, red light, pull up. It depends on how you're feeling this morning. Like, maybe you go a little diagonal from the car. Can I see the lighter?
Yes.
Thank you. Maybe you go like right next to the car, like on some eye contact shit. Like, yeah, you see me smoking from the driver's seat, or maybe like let them pull up to the line and you just stay a little back and you just light that shit on the low. Like,
that's okay if you're private about your smoking. Shout out to all our private smokers. You don't gotta let everybody know your business. Shout out to the people that don't even smoke. Some of that took like people that take that 5 milligram microdose edibles in the morning. You don't gotta get too high before work. No shame in being a one-hit wonder.
Florida. Truly, geographically, looking at a map, the dick of America.
Yes.
Just waiting to get a little soft and to fucking sink under the ocean any decade now.
Slowly shrinking.
A lot of that is being aggravated, encouraged, incited by their governor, presidential 2024 candidate, Ron DeSantis. Fuck Ron DeSantis, it must be said. Fuck him right up.
On some real shit.
I'm gonna just kind of run through a list of like shit that's been happening in Florida. A lot of it is sports. A lot of it is fascist. You decide. Because Florida has the hockey and the basketball in the
They got hockey down there?
They got a couple teams. There's the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, and people go up for them?
Apparently.
Oh, sorry, no.
And the Florida Panthers just last night won their fourth game in the Eastern Conference Finals. They are moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Woo! That's crazy. Warm ass weather And you still fucking it up in hockey? Shout out to Florida.
Shout out to the Florida Panthers. They're having a great run. They're having an amazing run. They were the lowest seed in the playoffs. They were the 8th seed. They got in on like the last day of the season.
Oh shit.
Everyone figured like they were an afterthought. Their first round, they had to play the Boston Bruins, who just had the greatest regular season of all time in hockey.
Oh, word?
Boston in the regular season this year had the most wins, points of any team ever.
Well, obviously they're from fucking Boston.
But they lost in the first round to the Florida Panthers, who no one gave a shot.
That's crazy.
Not only that, the Bruins were up 3-1. Like, and it's first to 4, like best of 7. So like Boston just had to win one more game and not let Florida win 3 in a row. But you know what they did? They let Florida win 3 in a row. Also, Florida banned AP African American Studies in all levels of school: elementary, middle, high school, college, university. The quotes are that there are no educational value.
Whoa.
And that it's indoctrination. You know, they throwing around critical race theory and a bunch of shit that has nothing to do with what they're talking about.
So you can't take an African American Studies course in Florida at all.
That's correct.
That is insane.
Also, Ron DeSantis proudly touted, signed into law, his been named "Don't Say Gay" bill, where you can't.
That's just ridiculous.
You can't talk about LGBTQ topics, issues, discussions in school. Teachers, even if they want to, cannot like engage their students in discussions about LGBTQ shit. Also banned minors from getting gender affirming care.
So they're just going full.
Yeah, they're just sending it. Like, this shit is law. Like, like they are just doing it in the open. Mm-hmm. It is basically illegal to be trans in Florida. If you look at what they're saying you can't do, and they're not going to provide for it, like doctors can't give like a gender affirmation surgery to a child in Florida. They can't do it. Yeah. Legally. So it's illegal to be trans in Florida. To the point that a NASA engineer, Robin Witt, it looks like based on their Twitter handle, is moving out of Florida because she doesn't feel safe as a trans woman in Florida. So she's leaving NASA. Like, NASA is like one incredible engineer lesser because this woman moved from Florida to Illinois to live in Chicago and, like, you know, live her fucking life. The NAACP and the Human Rights Campaign, which is centered around LGBTQ advocacy, both issued travel warnings. Don't go to Florida.
If you're trans, damn, are they in like a certain color? Damn, it's like orange or like level 3 or something.
Yeah, like the terrorism shit at the airport. Yeah, like that. Both from the Human Rights Campaign and the NAACP. So for black people, it's not safe in Florida. They issued like, don't go there. Well, so you know what that led Florida to do? What? Rick Scott, senator from Florida.
Fuck Rick Scott.
Fuck Rick Scott. Throw me another explosion. Fuck Ron DeSantis. I'll say it again. Rick Scott issued his own travel warning. He put this memo out this week that uses the same kind of, like, I guess you would say, template as the release from the NAACP and the Human Rights Campaign. But his was, socialists are advised to not come to Florida because we'll be ready for them. Bro, what the fuck are you saying?
That's just a threat.
Here's some quotes. Florida is openly hostile towards socialists, communists, and those that enable them. Before traveling to Florida, please understand that the state of Florida devalues and marginalizes the contributions of and the challenges faced by socialists and others who work in the Biden administration. For a side note, it's hilarious that these people think Biden is a socialist when Biden is the same fucking head on the same fucking dragon, bro. But
where is Joe Biden? I honestly... Can we talk about, you know what, in another video, we'll talk about how they really just be tossing up the body of Joe Biden. He was gone. That man is gone. That is, they're tossing up the body. They are on some real, like, Ferris
Weekend
Bueller
at
shit.
Bernie's.
Wait, is that what it is?
With the dead guy and the sunglasses? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. That's just insane. Doing shit like that makes everything feel like such a joke. I mean, it is a joke, and so I guess, you know, we should laugh about it. I mean, but
like,
it's just bullshit.
Is it though?
To put that shit out there,
I don't like.
Do you take that seriously?
It's
I can't see that as like a hostile. I just see it as like being a fucking weirdo. Like, you're just posting shit at this point.
Yeah, but like, Trump kind of shitposted his way towards January 6th. Like, he was just tweeting. He was just doing shit like this socialist travel advisory is clearly like kind of a bit, but like motherfuckers out there with ARs will still pull up.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's fucking crazy. But okay, let's pivot back. University of Miami and Florida Atlantic both had deep runs into the men's NCAA tournament. I was actually at one of the games at MSG where Florida Atlantic beat Tennessee.
Oh, shout out to Florida.
Yeah.
Atlantic.
Miami beat the 4 seed Indiana. They beat the 1 seed Houston. They beat the 2 seed Texas to get to the Final Four.
So Florida's on fire right now with the sports.
Yeah. Elsewhere in Florida, corrupt cops who were outed for being corrupt cops elsewhere in the country in the last 3 years since George Floyd. 24 of them were from the NYPD with a history of misconduct. DeSantis gave these corrupt cops $6,000 as an incentive package to come be a cop in Florida.
That's something that I would expect of them. I'm seeing a trend lately with whenever somebody fucks up somewhere else, they'll immediately go hide out down south. It'll the fake nurses, they all went to Florida. Who else is going to Florida? If you're out here and you are, oh God, if you're a doctor and you're fucking up, you're out to Texas, gone to Texas, and then somehow they just can't get you. And now this shit. So I guess, don't go to Florida right now. I mean, or at least, and that's the thing, you as an American or as a person that's here, you have the right to go where you need to go on this place. If you need to go visit your mammy, or it's your God-given right, go your ass to Florida. Don't let anybody threaten you, but make sure you just keep your wits about you, because you're in a certain territory. I don't know what to tell you, but we got our eyes on you, Florida.
You could be Dexter Barry, a Florida resident who waited 12 years to get a heart transplant. Finally got off the list in 2020, got his heart transplant, but now he has this medication that he needs to take, or his body will reject the organ that feeds oxygen to his blood. Mm-hmm. When you get a transplant, you need to take these meds so that it will accept the foreign organ.
An autoimmune suppressant. It'll basically, it keeps you from rejecting your transplant. Shout out to Christopher.
Let's go.
He had to go through that.
This guy is 54 years old. He's put in jail for a misdemeanor.
Oh shit.
Not a felony, a misdemeanor. Whoa. Right?
Yeah, you get.
He's just in holding. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that serious. Mm-hmm. But the cops, Florida cops, refused to let him take his immune suppressant medication, and he fucking died in custody.
Oh no! See,
this week.
Yeah, that shit is.
You go visit so and so auntie in Florida, but if you get caught on a traffic stop and then you can't take your meds and you die, that's because you went to Florida. The women's NCAA tournament, Miami also went far. They beat the 8 seed Oklahoma State. They beat the 1 seed Indiana. They beat the 4 seed Villanova, and they only lost to LSU, which, as we've talked about on the podcast, shout out Angel Reese. Reese, on their way to their national championship, ran into Miami in the Elite 8. Another Florida team just fucking tearing it up on a national stage on everybody's television every night, giving everybody this concept of Florida in their heads.
Yep. Shout out to my Florida basketball players, male and female.
Athletic excellence.
Yup.
But Florida, academically, not so hot.
They're not doing too well.
Last year, across the state of Florida, there were 566 book bans.
They're banning. Okay, let me not pretend I'm sure that there are banned books all over America. They've banned certain books in certain states, but when you say shit like that about Florida, I'm gonna assume that it's very
egregious.
Yeah. it's some shit that we should definitely be reading. Give me some examples, Jake.
Amanda Gorman is a poet. She wrote a poem, The Hill We Climb, that she performed at Biden's inauguration, which, you know, this is a fuck Biden podcast, but you should check out The Hill We Climb. She wrote it to inspire the youth to feel like they're a part of history and they can make a difference.
Yes.
It's a great poem. One single parent in this county in Florida challenged it, that like she don't want that poem being like on display in the library. So the news this week was that it was moved up into the middle school section. It wasn't banned, but it was, we can't let the elementary school kids have access to this fucking poem.
I mean, but that's the thing. Why, if it was just one person, why was that a problem?
Because that's what we're at now. One fucking woman in Florida can like go bitch to the school board and get a whole thing banned. There were other books in her complaint. 2 of them were about socialist Cuba, and she was like, I don't like all that. And so like those got banned. Brooks Koepka, I don't know how you say his last name because I don't give a shit about golf, but he's a PGA champion golfer. He's from West Palm Beach and he just won his the golf PGA. I don't fucking know.
He did it.
You got me in a sport that I don't give a fuck about.
I feel like that's the last sport they got down there right before it sinks into the fucking ground.
Oh yeah.
Like that's
First of all, golf is an ecological disaster of a sport. So it's kind of fitting that Florida will go down at the fucking 8th hole, but
Good.
What are you going to do? No, but so like that guy's winning Florida, and then he showed up at the hockey and the basketball games on back-to-back nights when Florida be winning in these Eastern Conference Finals. He's in the bleachers.
He's in the stands saying his shit. He's writing sigils and shit. He's on his Florida shit.
He said, I am the Florida man.
I am the Florida
this week.
man. Yep.
And that, because like that was last week, he was going all the games and shit. You know who's Florida man this week? It's back to our boy Ron DeSantis. Fuck Ron DeSantis. Gonna say it again. Because last night, the same night that the Florida Panthers swept the Carolina Hurricanes to go to the Stanley Cup Finals, Ron DeSantis announced he's running for president.
Whack.
And since if you're a long time listener, that means about 2 months of your time. You know that it's a fuck Elon Musk podcast.
Absolutely. We'll never forget.
DeSantis tried to launch his campaign on Twitter Spaces, co-hosted by Elon Musk, and the shit kept crashing. It's on Fox News today about what like a fucking train wreck it was, the DeSantis campaign launch on Twitter. And you know, Trump is over on Truth Social saying what a clown job it was for Elon and Ron to be fucking it up on Twitter Spaces trying to announce this shit.
Ron and Elon. Oh, yeah.
Ain't that kind of cute?
It is. It's the best.
We love that for them.
Jot that down. Ron and Elon. Oh, absolutely, though. But that's the thing. I take a lot of pleasure in just watching Elon Musk fail on certain things, especially what was it that came out, that damn Cybertruck? God, that was a choke. That he threw the rock and it actually shot. It will not break, guaranteed. Broke it twice. I don't know why he kept going. I thought that was crazy. And he got this shit. But he's supposed to be, you know, Elon Muskrat. Shout out to him. I mean, not shout out to him, but.
And Ron DeSantis, I don't think people are going to vote for him. I mean, we said that about Trump, but I really don't think people, because like you know what his campaign slogan is?
What?
Do you know what he's put it on the fucking hats? Make America Florida. Dead ass. That is his campaign slogan. Who in the fuck across the country is going to hear Make America Florida and be like, yeah, you got my vote, Ron?
I wholeheartedly reject that. Make America Florida. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think they're trying to they're trying to pull a Trump. They're trying to meme their way through this. They're trying to make that as popular as possible. Like, we have to okay, I take everything back. Unromanticize Florida. Unromanticize Florida. It's not cool. It's not cool. Everybody gotta chill. Everybody gotta chill. Because that shit is not even funny.
And
all jokes aside, that's not even funny.
On the hats in Make America Florida, they took out the F in Florida. And then they put the shape of the state of Florida as if it looks anything like an English letter, let alone F.
I'm not gonna lie.
It looks like a inverted mirrored L at best, and you put it in the floor. It looks like Make America Florida.
Fuck Ron DeSantis and his design team.
So I mean, him and Trump will have to like run against each other in the primary, and then like the Republicans will vote on who's gonna be up against probably fucking Biden. God, make it stop. But
is that what we're?
That's what it's probably headed to. Is like Trump or DeSantis versus Biden.
Again?
I know.
Absolutely not.
I know. We'll talk about that another episode.
Somebody's got to run, and this whole shit got to blow up.
For sure. But before it gets to that point, it will low-key be very entertaining to watch Trump and DeSantis try to go at each other.
That should be hilarious. Here's one thing, okay? It was a disaster, but nobody said that it wasn't funny. It was a very funny time. The memes are funny. Everybody, we all got along. It was hilarious. Twitter was a fucking field day.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be funny, but I mean... Let's just be serious.
Yeah. Because while DeSantis is out campaigning, his state is fucking falling apart. The state that he is the fucking governor of. You know, he put something into law as the governor of Florida that would allow him to run for president while being the governor of Florida. And if he loses the presidency, continue to be the governor of Florida. He just like put that into law, clearly like rolling out the red carpet for himself. So he's good either way.
He's like, yeah, I mean, I'm
boy, fuck you.
This is what happens when you just let people make their own laws.
And you know what else? So speaking of Florida laws, on my Florida list, I'll roll off 3 of them right now. The legislature in Florida passed a 6-week abortion ban. DeSantis hasn't put it into law yet, but I'm sure he will.
But it sounds like it's on the way. And what can we do? What can we do against things like that? Like vote?
Wait, I got more.
Vote?
In April, he did sign a bill into law. This one is law right now. Concealed carry without a permit in the state of Florida.
Wait.
That's why it's don't go to Florida.
Concealed carry without a permit for anybody?
Any motherfucker. I mean, I'm sure he'd hate if it was an immigrant.
Now hold on.
Or a minority.
I'm not going to say, this is the thing, you shouldn't play with people's lives. And I feel like that's a
6-week abortion ban is playing with people's lives.
A 6 weeks. It's fucked up that I already assumed that abortion was like low key illegal there or something.
No, because we're post Roe, but like,
oh yeah,
like I guess the idea is you don't even trust the national level to hold up, so you better code it into law in your state that you can't fuck with no 6-week abortion.
The vitamin C girls know what's up. That's it. Keep that in. But no, concealed carry without a permit. I feel this is definitely one of those things where like we're actively putting people's lives in danger. And I feel like because I really want to be realistic and I feel like this is probably going to get passed, I am really interested.
Pass.
It passed.
The abortion one, not yet, but the concealed carry, that's law.
Oh.
It's that's why they put these travel advisories out, plus all the other shit. If you go down to Florida right now, any bitch on the street, permitted or not, could just have a gun. It's legal.
And I feel like on the Morning Bleezy, we should definitely be keeping track of that. Let's keep Florida on our sites. Let's put a pin in Florida. We'll revisit that for all our Floridian listeners out there. Tell us your experiences.
There's also a bill up for him to sign that would. This is an insane thing, but weaken the teachers union.
It's not even strange. I think they just do that. I think that's a ploy to fucking it's easier to control what people are saying to your kids when you've weakened their unions like with each other.
But like he's already passing laws, don't say gay. You can't teach AP African American studies.
Make it even worse.
But now it's like going after the teachers' livelihoods and their ability to collectively organize.
Double fuck them. Pay them as little as possible. Whack as hell. We can't. Fuck.
Okay, but so also in Florida, the Miami Heat also got in as an 8 seed, just like the Florida Panthers.
Woo!
They beat the Chicago Bulls. They beat the Milwaukee Bucks, the number 1 seed. ended their season. They were supposed to go far. They beat the New York Knicks.
Who's on the Miami team that we care about?
Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's the boy.
Jimmy Butler, woo!
Jimmy Butler has put that shit on his back. And also Eric Spoelstra, the coach. I mean, he was the coach on Miami going back to when LeBron was on Miami. He's just been one of the steadiest motherfucking coaches in the NBA for a minute. Shout out Eric Spoelstra. At the time of we're recording this, they're a win away from the NBA Finals.
Woo!
Assuming they're going to make it, it'll be them in the NBA Finals and the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so
Florida's like on a roll.
Florida is at the center of the universe right now, which is fucking terrifying. But yeah, like in sports and in fascism, they are excelling. If you look at the 2021 count of households in Florida, apparently that is 8,533,422 households. 45% of those households were below like the poverty line. Almost half of Florida lives in statistical poverty. This man, there was a major flooding event in Fort Lauderdale last month because climate change and the whole state is going to sink. So just what would be a storm of just a regular nature turned into a storm that put a whole city under a few feet of water for a few days. It was a whole disaster. You know where their governor was? And a governor in the role of governor is supposed to be there when your state has a fucking disaster. Like one of your major cities is under a few feet of water.
Have to be. That's your job.
He was out of the state on his book tour. That's who you want to vote for president, bro?
He's not even going to be there for you when shit goes down, when it inevitably does, because it always does.
Come on. People are still moving to Florida because they fuck with that side of the culture war.
There's this idea of like freedom. They have this idea that I'm surrounded by people that say the same things that I want to say. They want to say, I want to say offensive shit. I don't like being around black people. I don't like being around Hispanic people. I don't like it. And I can be with somebody. I can have neighbors that look just like me and they agree with the same shit I do. And I guess they're comfortable enough with that to then get fucked over by whoever else. And they think that they can handle the fucking, but I don't think they can. In the end, I watched too much Succession.
No, yeah, and people, but no, exactly. People who want to move to Florida for all those reasons, you got to look at the shit that they're pulling now. Everything we just talked about, like that is some fascist fucking shit. You talk about like what were regular ass people doing in 1930s Germany when Hitler was coming up.
What did he do? What did they do?
They were like, I want to move to Florida.
Oh, God.
You know?
Yeah.
Like just regular ass people. And then anyone who doesn't want to move to Florida because they're like, that's whack. But like, what are they supposed to do about Florida? Like just topping themselves. Every 3 days, they top themselves with a new slide into fascism. There's no bottom to that pit. And the more that they get away with, the more that other red states try to get away with it. And for the most part, everyone's standing by and just being like, shit.
This is getting really bad.
Because when you think of Florida right now, if you search Florida, it's that the Heat are in the finals and the Panthers are in the Stanley Cup. That guy won the PGA.
And gas.
Florida. Florida's crazy because the sports. But bro, Florida is a mirror of our worst shit.
Yep.
And like we all. And Ron DeSantis wants to be the president.
Ron DeSantis is the fucking devil. Fuck Ron DeSantis.
I don't know. That's everything I had to get off my chest about Florida.
I feel that. I feel like you've gotten something off. And this is a 20-pound weight off your shoulders, brother. That's for real. And that was sports.
Like, what are we supposed to do about Florida? Like, what a regular that's what we always come to on this podcast. Well, what are we supposed to do about it? But like, what are we supposed to do about fucking Florida, bro?
God save them. That's all we got. We can roll up and light them up a spliff. So that's what we can do. That's what I can
Florida.
do. Roll up a Fronto leaf. Congratulate your local Floridian on their like full gold teeth grow. I love when I see that. Just appreciate a Floridian person today and all their culture and the things that they do. I love a nice free-form dread and a solid gold.
And there's so many good, regular-ass people in Florida who want and deserve nothing to do with this. But that's where they live. And those are the laws that are over their fucking existences.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. If you hit them where it hurts, right in the pocket, you could probably turn it around. But why would they? I guess that's their thing.
The Heat are in the finals and the Panthers are in the cup. Like, it's a great time to be from Florida. If I was a regular ass person in Florida and I had bills due and I had to get to work in the morning, I'd listen to the Morning Bleezy.
Yep.
But I'd also get really into sports, especially right now, to fucking be numb in a state introducing ideas that will destroy the country.
Honestly, long story short, y'all, fucking get your shit together, Florida. Get your shit together. Smoke a joint, drink a yerba measy, drink some damn Mountain Valley spring water, get the Florida out of your system, and get your shit together.